Hello children, today we'll study matrices. First of all, we should understand what is a matrix. Try to understand there are many ways to keep a record of any data, transaction or anything worth recording. Here I want to explain you with the help of an example. A shopkeeper is keeping record of the customers. उसके कुछ कस्टमर हैं, उनका वो record maintain कर रहा है, जिन्होंने कुछ सामान लिया है उससे. Okay, so he is keeping that record, that who has taken, how much has taken and what has taken. So he is writing on a copy, like Ram has taken 1 pen, 3 pencils, 4 erasers. कोई शाम है, उसने 2 पेन लिए हैं, 4 पेंसिल्स ली हैं और 1 इरेजर ली है. So similarly Surbhi is there, Mohan is there, and Surinder and Rakhi is also there. Okay, so he is writing on a piece of paper or in a copy. अब ये लिख रहा है, इसने काफ़ी पेजेस पे लिख लिया, तो अब इसको after some time he needs to retrieve that information. Suppose he need to find out Mohan has taken how much, what things he has purchased and how much he has purchased. तो उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा, हर पेज को ध्यान से पढ़ना पड़ेगा. So that would be very difficult, okay, for him to retrieve the information. अगर इसकी बजाय वो इस information को tabular form में लिखता, like this. On one side he is writing suppose names, on the other side he is writing his items, and here he is writing that Ram has taken 1 pen. Okay, you can see from here Ram has taken 1 pen and 3 pencils he purchased and 4 erasers he has purchased. So if he write in this form, it would be better. Now suppose he need to retrieve the information, like Mohan has purchased what and how much. So it's easy to see that Mohan has purchased 5 pens, 2 pencils and 6 erasers. And what he has written, he could find it easily, but he could find extra information also. Like from this column, he could get that how much pens he has sold. Okay, if he add all these elements or the numbers, then उसे पता चल जाएगा कि उसने कितने पेन्स बेचे हैं. Okay, similarly with the other, this one, he could get how many pencils he has sold. Similarly with this erasers. So it is better to write this way than this way. Okay, so this representation is what we call matrix. Let's proceed. Matrix definition. What is matrix? It is an arrangement in which elements, we call them elements, it could be any numbers, functions, expressions. They are written in horizontal and vertical lines. It is called matrix representation. It is rectangular array. Rectangle means which has some length and breadth. So you can understand we have its length and breadth. Okay. So this is the general form of matrix, which is represented by A. This is Aij, which are the elements. The first one, this I represent for the horizontal line and J represent our vertical line. You can see in this matrix we have 1, 2, 3, M, that is m horizontal lines, and we call them rows. Okay, horizontal lines are called rows, and these vertical lines, these are called columns. Now onwards we'll use these words. Okay, rows for horizontal lines and columns for vertical lines. Okay, rows for horizontal lines and columns for vertical lines. And how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3 and n. So in this matrix we have m rows and n columns. Okay, now what this represents, this we call element. First number represent rowth number, second represent column number. So what we call this, this A11, element of first row and first column. You can see this is our first row and this is our first column. Okay, so this is the intersection of this first row and first column. So you can see this is the element of first row and first column. What about this A12? Now you can easily guess what A12 will be called. This is the element of first row and second column. Either you draw these rows and columns, or you simply understand this first number, in this case in generally letter, represents rowth number and second represent for column number. So A13, element of first row and third column. Like this. What is A34? A34 is the element of third row and fourth column. Like this. Now you can easily recognize. If I ask you what about this, what is AM2? So you can easily tell that it is the element of mth row and second column. I hope it is clear. Okay. Next we have order. Now what is the order of a matrix? It is the number of elements. Order of a matrix is equal to number of rows into number of columns, that is number of elements. Okay. Now in the previous matrix we have done, how many rows were there? M rows. And how many columns? N columns. So how many elements that matrix had? M into n, that is number of rows into number of columns. So total number of elements in a matrix is the order of a matrix. Now we have a matrix A. It has one column and 3 rows. So can you tell me what is the order? First we write number of rows, then we write number of columns. So it has 3 rows and 1 column. So its order is 3 into 1 or 3 by 1. And if the number of elements, 3 into 1, 3. These are 3 elements. Now what is the order of B? How many rows are there? 1. And how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So its order is 1:4 or 1 into 4. Now C. What is the order of C? We have 2 rows. And how many columns we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 columns. So it has order 2 into 5. Okay, the same is written here. Let us solve 1 or 2 examples based on what we have done. First is, if a matrix has 8 elements, what are the possible orders it can have? So we are given number of elements in a matrix. That is, we are given the product of rows and columns, which is equal to number of elements in that matrix. Now we need to find these values of m and n so that their multiplication is equal to 8. Remember, these m and n can be natural numbers. These cannot be negative numbers. These cannot be fractions. So basically we need to find factors of 8. Let's start with 8. If I miss 8, then n should be 1, so that their multiplication is 8. So first possible order of a matrix is 8 by 1. 7 is not a factor of 8. 6 is not a factor of 8. 5 is not a factor of 8. 4 is a factor of 8. So we write 4. 4 into 2 is 8. So other possible order is 4 by 2. Okay. After this, 3 is not factor of 8. 2 is a factor of 8. Yes, we will write this. 2 into 4 is 8. So another possible order is 2 into 4. After this, 1. Yes, 1 into 8 is also 8. So other possible order it can have is 1 into 8. So these are the possible orders of a matrix which has 8 elements. I hope you are getting. Next is, construct a 3 by 2 matrix whose elements are given by Aij is equal to half modulus of I minus 3j. Now I believe you can easily construct a matrix, a general matrix of 3 by 2 order. If you cannot write elements directly, then what do? You simply draw lines. As we know, we have 3 rows and 2 columns. 1, 2, 3. These are 3 rows and we have 2 columns. Okay. This is the intersection of first row and first column. So naturally, we'll have an element A11 in this. Other element in this row will be, because this is the intersection of first row and second column, so it will be A12. Then after we have intersection of second row and first column, so it will be A21. This is the intersection of second row and second column, so this is A22. Similarly, intersection of third row and first column, and next is intersection of third row and second column. In the beginning, as you are doing it first time, so आप इसको ऐसे कर सकते हो. After some time, you can easily understand how to write a general matrix of a particular order. Okay. Now, how to find these elements? Now, as these elements are given by this relation, so we'll put values of I and j. In this case, to find A11, we'll put I equal to 1 and j equal to 1 in this, and we'll get A11. So A11 is equal to half modulus 1 minus 3 into 1. This is equal to half 1 minus 3 minus 2. Minus 2 modulus is 2. So 2 by 2 is 1. So our A11 is equal to 1. Similarly, we'll find A12, that is half 1 minus 3 into 2, 1 minus 6 minus 5 modulus 5, 5 by 2. I hope this calculation you can do very easily. Next, A21, half 2 minus 3 into 1, 2 minus 3 minus 1 modulus 1, 1 by 2. Next is A22 half 2 minus 3 into 2, which is 2 minus 6 minus 4 modulus 4, 4 by 2, 2. A31 half 3 minus 3 into 1, 3 minus 3 0, 0 modulus 0, 0 over any non-zero, 0. And the last is A32 half 3 minus 3 into 2, 3 minus 6 minus 3 modulus 3, 3 by 2. So this is your 3 by 2. So this is our required matrix. So I guess it is sufficient for today. So today's homework is go through this and solve sums which are given after this video, and also solve similar sums from your book. Tomorrow we'll get back with the next topic. Till then, goodbye, take care.